Namaskaram. In our previous video, we have decided to discuss how can even HLS think of giving 100% result assurance in one attempt or 1 year given the kind of ICI results. So I'll show you a quick analysis of the variations in the pass percentage in the last 5 attempts. So if you can see in the absolute number, in a particular attempt, there are only 6,000 people clearing. In one attempt, there are 20,000, subsequent 11,000. So the variation is reasonably huge, as high as 3x. So in this kind of circumstances, how can we think of giving 100% resolutions? Now let's get back to the original idea of results. So your results are decided based on two factors. The first one is called ICI, the other one is U. Now, what do I mean by ICI? Let's dig deeper into this concept. There are three ways in which ICI can determine your result in a particular attempt. Number one, the difficulty level of the question paper. The first and foremost, a same subject paper can be set at multiple levels. This is very obvious for you. Now, this is the reason why the concept of luck factor comes into the picture. So, this is the difficulty level of the question paper. Next, stringency level of the evaluation. There is a good chance that in a particular attempt, the evaluation criteria might get stricter. The third one is the general pass percentage in that attempt. It could be 20, it could be 10, it could be 8. So these are the three factors which are beyond your control, and that's why people call students in a particular attempt are lucky. I would say there is a reasonable difference in attempts. So yes, there is an element of luck factor, but I would reduce the element of luck factor to 5 to 10% because we should constantly look at what is the controllable factor and maximize the point. So this exactly are the controllable factors. Number one, your subject competence, your understanding of subject, and most importantly, your problem solving ability. Even if you understand, if you're not able to solve problems or answer questions, that would not take you to anywhere. This is about the first one. Second is psychological hurdles in terms of cognition and emotion. Now, when I say hurdles, it also includes your capabilities, your psychological capabilities and hurdles. Cognition is linked to your intelligence, emotion is linked to your feelings. Your learning and feeling aspects and the challenges associated with that. And finally, your preparation, both in terms of the strategy and intensity. Intensity is a very important aspect, which covers other aspects like flow state, focus, and everything. Okay, this is the controllable factor, and this is exactly where we come into the picture because we can help you in all of these aspects. So, all the controllable factors, we can maximize your chances through our professional interventions with experience and expertise. One extreme example. Now, you might not have taken 12 attempts, but even with people who has taken 12 attempts are still able to clear, and we have a lot of cases who has taken double digit attempts and still able to clear in one attempt with us. So, what we're trying to tell you is, in spite and irrespective of the past challenges which you faced, we have certain interventions, largely in these three categories, which will help you to clear the exams. To simplify this further, shown you a framework. All your mindset and related factors will come into the psychological aspects and the subject linked aspects. In all five aspects, we will do maximum interventions, which will increase the chances of your probability of clearing the exams, is what we do. Now, before we get into this, a thought comes to you: why can't I do it myself? Now we got it covered. Now, what is the most simplest and easiest way to clear this exam? You doing it yourself, and that too, if you use ICI material, if you use ICI resources on BOS portal, then actually clear it for free, right? So this is exactly the simplest way, and it almost costs nothing. But why are students not able to clear on their own? We have a series of factors. Number one, your learning speed is not enough to cover the vast syllabus within time. You're not able to maintain consistent intensity. Now, consistency is there, intensity is there, but both of them have to go hand on hand and they have to go together. And constant overthinking, where your mind is preoccupied, which is not able to take inputs from your book, where you are already thinking about something else, and low retention and recall, irrespective of studying what you're covered, you're not able to retain, your memory is melting away, and incorrect question processing in the exam. What is asked is different from what you're answering, and you're not able to understand the expectations of the examiner, again, which is linked to the processing and also your answer writing capability. So, all of this are underlying symptoms are far more deeper problems, again, None of this are about ICAI. None of this are about CA. All these problems are linked to you rather. So every problem linked to you, we can handle it and we will handle it. This is our USP. And if you want to understand more, a lot of students have compulsiveness to learn from multiple sources, lack of urgency leading to procrastination and lethargy, difficulty in retention, fear of studying from ICA module, inefficient time management, insufficient practice or application of problems. So all of this are extended problems and these are the reasons why most of the students would not be able to clear. I'm sure you are able to correlate with most or some of the reasons here. And the reason why you might need our support is you may or may not fix these problems yourself. And what's worse is you may not be even aware of the problem, and these are not linked to the subject. And ideally, this should have been fixed at some point of your life already by someone. If it did not happen, you can still do it, but these are the things we should clearly understand. And if subject is the only issue, you can definitely clear in a couple of attempts. If it is not the issue, if you're struggling with the non-subject issues, then you may not be able to clear it with more number of attempts. More number of attempts may not be able to help you clear if subject is not the issue. Now, moving ahead, if you want to maximize your chances of clearing the exam, instead of writing more and more attempts, you should try to ensure your chances are increased in a single attempt. That is where the concept of one last attempt comes into the picture, where you need to make sure everything goes well in one attempt or maximum 1 year. And we're constantly advised by our mentors that this is a very risky scenario because students who are repeaters largely have learning challenges and psychological hurdles, which actually leads to phenomena where they do not believe in themselves and they don't even trust others. So this is a very complex scenario. So it makes it very hard for anyone to build their confidence or build their competence. Only when they reasonably believe that they can clear, somebody can help them. So this creates a loop where very few people are open to get external support or interventions. And that's the reason why a lot of people, although they are capable, they are not so willing to create a responsible ecosystem like this. Now, this brings us to the question, if this is so difficult, if this is so complicated, why is even HLS doing this? We have two things. One, we have the right intent for you, and we have the ability to bridge all your preparation and personality related gaps. Because preparation related gaps, we ourselves are chartered accountants with a team of 10 CS, and personality related gaps, we have a qualified doctor who has turned a psychologist who has experience in cognitive science, and we also have a army ex-army officer who takes care of your fitness, both physical fitness, mental fitness, and our team includes a doctor, includes an IIT, and we have the right kind of people who constantly work with you throughout your preparation cycle. So we have the right intent and ability. And finally, if you ask me what is my understanding of a repeater, I would look at him or her like a future CA. We do not look at your past performance. We do not judge your past performance. Instead, we focus on your future potential. That's what makes us your number one believer. And this scenario will actually help us. As I said, the intent and ability will help us to address this original question of how can we even assure you the 100% result assurance in one attempt or 1 year. So now you would have understood clearly who would need one attempt or who would need 1 year depending on both the factors of ICAI and also you. I hope this video is eye opening for you to know the possibilities of the results from multiple dimensions, and we'll come back to you with another insightful video. Thank you very much.